please hit that subscribe button and give this video a like, as well as turn on your notifications so you won't miss when I upload a new video. With that said, let's get on with today's video. Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm just gonna pop in here really quickly and just let you know this first part of the video will have no audio. I did record it on a microphone, and again it was just trash audio, so I'm just gonna go ahead and let you watch the design process. As you can probably see by the title of the video, I am doing a screen print, my first screen print shirt, and I'm also going to do some vinyl on it as well. So this is me just designing it in Canva, and yeah, go ahead and watch this sped up time lapse of me designing this shirt, this simple shirt in Canva, and then once we get to the second part of the video, I will be talking in it real time. So I just want to apologize for the audio again, and I hope you like this video, and if you do, don't forget to comment down below, like, subscribe if you like to, and yeah, let's get on with the video. Now right here, you guys, I'm just showing you where I took the design that I made in Canva and I brought it into Silhouette Studio, and some of the blood splatters didn't work out too well, and I didn't really feel like going through the whole tracing and all that stuff. I was kind of in a hurry because I was batch making videos this day, so I just went ahead and used the ones that worked out right. And you can see that here. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete those others, and I might trace, I think, 1 or 2, but I'm gonna delete the bottom 2, I know for sure, and I'm gonna go ahead and just use those ones that I have. You will see me go through and delete a bunch of those really tiny dots, because I don't want my machine trying to cut those little really tiny dots. But once I did that, here is the final product of the blood splatters or whatever, and I'm gonna go ahead and place my my wording over here the way I want it to be, and I'm going to make sure to mirror everything, and I'm going to separate them. Of course, they'll be separated out by color, but I'm going to mirror everything. And of course, since I'm screen printing, instead of weeding out around the letters, I will be weeding out the letters themselves, and I will weed the vinyl the correct way, which you'll see later in the later part of the video. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, and yeah, you can keep on watching. So once again, here I am weeding this. Like I said, for this part, I'm going to take the letters out. You guys, this was the most tedious process. I hated it. I don't know if it was the vinyl that I had that was just a bad, I don't know, a bad batch of vinyl or something, but it was not sticky at all. And it gave me the most problems when I was trying to weed it out, but I eventually got it, and you'll see how it worked the rest of the video. Okay, you guys, I decided to switch to a purple shirt. I like this color purple, and I had it in my stash, so I figure why not. And they say before you do the shirt itself, you're supposed to get like a piece of paper or something. I'm just gonna get a piece of butcher paper from when I was doing my other video. This is just like leftover paper, and I'm gonna see. They said this is how you prime it or whatever, the screen. I'm still not happy with this, the way it's laying like this. No matter what I do, this stuff will not stay down, so I'm really gonna have to like press to make sure nothing goes through. And I still think that no matter what I do, it's gonna go through my screen. So, you know, it's not gonna be perfect, but it'll be fine. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna use this piece just so I can see the color. But you see that there, like it's gonna bleed around all these parts that has no that is not laying completely flat. The ink is gonna bleed, so hopefully I can get it to where it's at least legible. I'm gonna use white ink. I have my heat press heating up to 320, and I'm gonna press it at 320 for 40 seconds, I think. So I'm just gonna try it on this blue sheet of paper first, and then I'll take it off, and then I'll figure out what I want to do on the other one. So I'm just gonna get a spoon, and I'm gonna go ahead and take some of my white ink. This is brand new. I have Speedball ink. I have the 6-pack of like all the primary colors. I have like yellow, red, blue, green, black, and white. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this plastic cover. And luckily this is not like watery or anything. It is messy. It is messy still, so you should have on gloves, but I know it washes right off. And they tell you to put a generous amount. Now what I'm gonna try not to do, since I couldn't find my painter's tape, they tell you to put painter's tape like where you don't want the paint to go. I'm just gonna try to be very careful. I probably need to put something. Let me see, can I find something to put to where it won't pass, like these areas, it won't pass by there. I have some labels. Let's see, can I put some strips of label or something on there for now, just so it won't, because I cannot find my painter's tape. Like I said, my area right now is so messy. That needs to be even thinner. Yeah, my area is so messy because of all the stuff I have going on that I can't find certain things that I've been looking for. So I'm just gonna try to get it to where I don't want it to go, and I'm just gonna stick it there, and hopefully this comes off. Like I said, it's honestly just an experiment. It was sitting on my shelf, and I figured, you know, I might as well try it. I'll link it down below in the description box, this you know, this kit that I bought. But I don't necessarily not recommend it, but I don't really recommend it either, because when I purchased it, it came smelling like it had been soaked in ammonia or something. Like the whole thing was just really like loud, and I waited for it to air out, and it took so long for it to air out. Like even now I still kind of smell it, but it's not as bad as it was. So I don't know, I'm just gonna, like I said, put these pieces of label around the sides where I don't want the paint to get, and I'm just gonna try to be extra careful and not get any paint past these areas, and then we'll see how that goes. But I'm not very optimistic about this one. Like, just from the way that that vinyl did when I was trying to first trying to even weed it, and like it was a whole mess. So I'm just gonna get this done, get these sticker pieces put around here, and then I will go ahead and get started with the first, I guess, print, or first test print. And don't expect perfection. Like I said, I don't expect perfection. So the way you're supposed to do this, I'm going to use this one because it's not as bulky as the other one. The first thing you're supposed to do, I'm going to make sure I'm over my paper. And you can see that I am because of, you see all the blue in between. And I'm going to try first to, again, press this down. And then I'm just going to take my paint and I'm just going to drag it. And again, I'm trying not to go, like over here I went a little bit past that. If that was on my shirt, I would have went, you know, into my shirt. So I'm just going to try to be mindful and not go past that section. Now, all this paint, they say make sure you save it. You put it back into the jar. So I'm just gonna open my jar, and you kind of like just, it's not thin paint, so it's not like watery. So as you can see, I just like kind of scraped it back in there. But I'm gonna go back over here and just try to make sure I got over my area. And I'm gonna lift it. They say you're supposed to hinge it, but I don't know that I'll be able to hinge it. Let's see. So it's not terrible, okay. But it's still, you can see here where it would have been perfect had I been able to get these parts to lay down. But it's still legible. I can still read it. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it on my shirt now. And I'm gonna try not to get any extra paint on there because my hands have paint all over them. So I'm just gonna find what I think the middle to be. I know it's a better way to do this too, but it's fine. And I'm just gonna put it down, and I'm gonna do the same thing. See, my hands have paint all over them, and I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna put that paint all across, and they tell you to be generous with the paint, so being generous with the paint. But on this side, I need to make sure I don't go past this piece of tape like I did on the other thing. So now that I have that done, I'm pressing down, and I'm going to start over here, and then I'm going to come over here. I know people are cringing at this terrible job that I'm doing. But, you know, it's just an experiment. And I'm gonna go back the other way. And I know you want to get like majority of the paint off. So again, I get the excess paint and I just like put it back in. And I'm gonna come over here and make sure I get everything, all this extra paint. and put it back into my jar, and it's just like I barely even used any. Like, it's still full. Let me wash my hands and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have washed my hands, or I rinsed them at least, because I'm probably still going to get more paint on them. And now I need to lift up this design off this shirt. So I'm going to hold down the shirt like it said and lift. Oh, that came out nice, except for this one little bit of paint over here, and that's fine. Look at that. Oh man, that's nice. So that came out nice. I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be way more terrible looking, but this is the way the screen looks after. And if you were doing multiples of these, you could just go and keep doing more and more shirts, but since I'm only doing one, the next thing you do is you just go and remove all your tape, and you remove your your vinyl from the back, and then you wash your screen off, and then let it dry for the next time. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take this screen, remove everything, wash it off, and then I will be back when it's time to add the vinyl to this shirt. And I'm gonna add the vinyl after I heat set this. So I need to let this dry for a few minutes. And then I'll go, after that dries a little bit, maybe I'll take some heat to it, a blow dryer or something to it to dry it, and then I'm gonna heat press it at 320 for 40 seconds. And then after I do that, I'll take my heat press down to 305, and I'll add my vinyl blood splatters, and I'll let that go for, I don't know, 30 or 40 seconds. And then my shirt will be done, and I'll show you the final result. So I will be back once I finish doing this screen and cleaning up a little bit of my mess. Okay, you guys, so I have my shirt over here sitting, I'm letting that dry. I tried to get that white spot out as much as I could, but you know, it's whatever. Now I need to weed the blood spatters. Now this is extremely thick vinyl, so I did have to cut this 2 times, because the first time I cut it, it did not, they weren't coming off. So I'm hoping this time that I got it right, to where they'll come off properly, and I think I did. So I'm just gonna pull my vinyl. I normally just like literally go in and pull really hard, because this vinyl is very thick. I normally just go and I just pull, and I pull until it comes off in big sheets like that. Excuse my hands, that paint kind of stained it, so I'll need to scrub those a little bit more. But yeah, see, one thing of blood splatters, and then I can place these wherever I choose on my shirt. I could have actually made more blood splatters. I wish I would have cut out more, but it'll be fine. It'll look good with the few that I made. I'll just make a note for next time to cut out more blood splatters than I need, because I do want to try this again. I do want to do it on a black shirt, but I noticed that the black shirt wasn't my size anyway, and so the purple one is my size, so I just switched over to the purple. It's still dark enough that you'll see everything, so that's not a problem. I'm all out of red glitter vinyl, so I'm just using regular red vinyl, and it'll still look good. And hopefully this shirt comes out cute. Like, anybody that knows me knows, like, all I watch is murder mystery shows, whether it be British shows, British murder mysteries, or Australian, or I don't know, New Zealand. Like, even French ones, I don't know what in the world they're saying. I mean, I know some French, so I can follow along, but I have to have the captions on. But that's literally all I watch, day in and day out. If you don't hear from me, or if you can't find me, that's most likely where I am. I'm somewhere watching Prime Video, watching a new murder mystery or binge watching a show I haven't seen before. That's my favorite pastime. I'm a homebody. I like to be at home in my comfy clothes, drinking my Coke Zero, and watching a good murder mystery. And I like the funny murder mysteries. One of my favorites, well, something I just got done watching was season 1 and 2 of Candace Renoir. And I'm so upset because, see, it has 9 seasons, but the other seasons aren't available on Prime Video yet. And I was like, well, what am I supposed to do now? You know, it kind of left off at a cliffhanger. And so I wasn't able to finish it. Of course, I went looking everywhere under the sun for for the other seasons, and I was not able to find them. So now I have to wait until Acorn, which is the channel it comes on Prime Video, I have to wait until they put the other seasons on there, which I am going to flipping hate waiting for, but you know, it's okay. I know it'll come on there eventually, so I guess I'll just have to wait. But yeah, I like the funny ones. Like, some of my favorite shows ever are like Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries, Murdoch Mysteries, and I think Murdoch Mysteries used to be called The Artful Detective. So that's one of my favorite. I just watched another French show called Balthazar. Oh, it's too many to name. Shakespeare and Hathaway, Witness, Silent Witness. Like, my favorite shows are my favorite channels are BritBox, PBS Masterpiece, and Acorn. So that's mainly what my TV stays on. And oh my god, there's so many good shows on there, you guys. You will not like be disappointed if you like those type of shows like I do, which not many people do. I don't know why, but I love them, and I have my friends hooked on them too. So I'm just placing these splatters on here. Let me move you over so I can show you. So I'm just placing these splatters on here. I covered up that spot where it was kind of not where it was supposed to be. And I really do wish I would have made these splatters bigger. Like, I really wish I would have made these bigger. I can always go and cut out more and add more if I want to, but for now this will do. And I'll just put them wherever on here that I feel like they'll look the best, and I'll press them on. But first, like I said, I have to let the paint dry just a little bit, and once the paint dries, then I will go ahead and press it for 20 seconds at 320. And my heat press is ready, so it's just waiting on the paint to dry. And the heat press is already on. I did other projects today, so this is not the only project that I did. I'm trying to see, should I add more here, or where should these be? I'm looking in the camera to see where it looks the best. I'll just leave it there, you know, it's no big deal. Yeah, I should have cut more blood splatters, but I may cut more later and add more later if I feel like it's missing anything, because I really did want like a drip down here, but it's okay. Yeah, it's still wet. So I'm just gonna let that dry for a little while, and then I'll come back when it's time to press it, and I'll show you how that looks. Okay, so my shirt is dry. It didn't specify like how I'm supposed to, you know, press it, so I'm just gonna use a piece of butcher paper over the message, and hopefully this doesn't mess it up. I'm not sure. Like I said, this is just an experiment, but I'm gonna go ahead and press it at 320 for 40 seconds. And once that's done, I will turn my heat press down just a little bit, and I'll go ahead and add on the vinyl pieces. And when I add on my vinyl, I'm going to use my Teflon sheet. Okay, so I have opened it up and I tested it. It's done, nothing's rubbing off. So that's cool. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take it off of here, and I'll just bring you, I may or may not edit that part out, but I'm just gonna bring you here to where I am gonna place on the things. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to take down my heat press to 305 and let that cool down just a little bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and place these where I want them. Again, I'm gonna try to cover up that little white spot if I can. And I'm just gonna kind of randomly place them. I know I had that one right there. I don't quite remember where I had this one, but I'll just place it anywhere. It doesn't really matter. I think I'm going to come back later and add more anyway. So that's what it's looking like right there with these. Let me go ahead and find my Teflon sheet. Back over here, I have placed them where I want them, and I'm going to just place this over and press that for, I don't know, maybe 20-25 seconds, and then I'm gonna lift it up, remove it, and then I'll see you at the craft desk so I can show you the finished product. Okay, you guys, so here is the finished product. The white part is, as we know, screen printed. It came out better than I thought. There are a couple of, you know, imperfections, like the dot on this A was so small, like it didn't stay, and so there's no space there. And then I got a little bit of transfer of some ink here and a little bit of ink up there, but for the most part it's really nice. Like, it's not showing up the true color, but it is red, and I just did the red blood splatters all over, and I may or may not go and add more. It's as easy as cutting some more vinyl and, you know, adding it. But like I said, you can see there where the middle of that A didn't take. It's not as crisp as I would have liked it because of the way the vinyl wouldn't stick to the paper, to the screen correctly. But it's better than I thought it was going to be, and I will wear this shirt, and I'm going to wear this shirt when I'm watching some of my new murder mysteries that I'm gonna find. So if you guys like this type of DIY, let me know. If you have any tips or tricks, I would like to know that too, because I have a whole 6-pack full of speedball ink, and I don't want to just let it sit there and go to waste. And this was actually kind of fun, so I would like to try it again. Now, mind you, it is messy. I should have had gloves on. I'm trying to show you that my hands are now a little bit white from paint, and so I'm gonna go and try to scrub that off. And you know, besides those things, I feel like this was an okay DIY. I really do like the outcome. It feels really nice, and it's just something different than sublimation and, you know, just plain vinyl. Now, I could have easily just did this white part in vinyl as well, and it would have been perfect and it would have been done. But I like a challenge and I wanted to try it. I tried it. Will it be something that I do all the time? Definitely not, unless I can find a better way for the weeding portion of it and the applying it to the screen. But besides that, I really enjoyed it, and I love my shirt. I love it so much. So again, you guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you stayed here to the end, And I will see you in the next video. Bye.